The girl is doing advanced math problems when her uncle suddenly snatches them away. He hands her a quantum physics book instead. But she grabs that from him too. No problem, there's another one. So her uncle just picks her up and carries her outside. They play on the beach, chatting about this and that. But to the girl, this is just humoring her uncle. Compared to this, she'd rather be studying. Her grandmother hears she's a genius and immediately comes to fight for custody. But the moment mother and son meet, they're immediately at odds. Frank used to be a university lecturer. Then he suddenly quit to make a living fixing boats by the sea. The grandmother's thinking is simple. The girl cannot end up like her, living in this messy place, letting her talent go to waste. But Frank has his reasons. His sister was obsessed with math. It almost consumed her. But under their mother's control and pressure, she suddenly chose to end her life. He doesn't want to see the girl follow in her mother's footsteps. Neither backs down. They stab at each other's wounds, until they part on bad terms. Still no resolution. After meeting Mary, the grandmother wants even more to keep her. She realizes this 7-year-old is even more remarkable than she thought. Yeah, kind of moved on to differential equations now. She wants her granddaughter to fulfill her and her daughter's dreams. Over custody, grandmother and uncle end up in court. Frank is short on money. He can only afford a down-on-his-luck lawyer. Lawyer is a nice suit. Relax, Frank. More weights put on the talent competition. During the recess, the grandmother gets visitation rights. On the weekend, she takes the girl home, looking at her mother's photos. Mary becomes deeply interested in her mother's work and past. Grandmother and granddaughter get along well. The next day, the grandmother takes Mary to MIT. In a frame at the entrance are the 7 Millennium Prize problems. Only one has been definitively proven. Many have spent their whole lives on them and failed. Mary's mother showed great promise, but at the last moment she chose to run away. If you really desire it, you can have your picture on that wall. Looking at the math problem on the blackboard, Mary frowns. She doesn't answer. She just walks away. Her grandmother is upset by her reaction. But Mary says, the problem was terrible. They even got the question wrong. As great as you think it is. After Mary corrects the problem, she quickly scribbles down the right answer. It turns out the professor, to test her, intentionally wrote the problem wrong. Mary, you know the problem was incorrect. Why didn't you say anything? Thanks. So I'm not supposed to correct older people? Nobody likes a smartass. Hearing this, the grandmother suddenly realizes her son's upbringing might not be all bad. Mary tells her uncle she likes staying at her grandmother's. There's a piano and photos of her mom. The only problem is her grandmother is too controlling. I heard that. But after calming down, Frank starts to wonder if his decision is really the best. Even though it makes Mary happy, the things she truly loves, he can't provide to get Mary back. The grandmother requests a second court hearing, but this time she brings in the girl's father.